I've decided that the word thief was indeed too strong. Especially since I now know what happened. Kay walked behind me as I pointed out different buildings to him. It's almost lunchtime. Do you want to stop and eat? Sure. We walked toward the strip of cafes, shops, and restaurants. What would you like to eat? I'm not sure. Let's go here then. Their menu has a good mix of different things. We walked into the restaurant and sat at a two-seater table. After looking over the menu, the waitress took our order. Can I ask you something? Sure. Back at the library, I kind of got a weird feeling. Like I was on the outside of a joke. Oh, there wasn't a joke being made. Then what happened? It's just that I have been waiting 2 months to read a book and I was getting pretty annoyed with the person who had it. Both Marlon and Mrs. Hartman knew that. I'm guessing that the book you were waiting for is the one you picked from my returned ones? Yeah. What about the decision you said you were making? Until today I had been thinking of that person as a book thief. I was deciding whether or not that still applied. Obviously it doesn't. So does this mean you're not upset about the book? Of course not. You weren't keeping the book on purpose. That's true. So how did you like the book? I never got a chance to actually read it. Do you want to read it together? Sure, but I haven't even read the other ones. His face showed his disbelief. How have you not read the other ones? I didn't know it was part of a series. Disbelief has turned to genuine confusion. Okay, so wait. You picked up a book that fans of the series have been waiting 3 years for. Not even knowing it was part of a series. Yes. I can tell he was trying to control whatever emotions he's having. You're a big fan of this series, aren't you? Yes. And now you're trying your best not to get upset, right? Yes. I'm sorry I kept the book for so long. He took a deep breath. It's okay. Like I said earlier, you didn't keep the book on purpose. Still, I feel bad that you had to wait even longer for one of your favorite books. I can tell you really wanted to read it. I'm just glad I get to read it now. So what's the series about? I want to be caught up for when we read it together. Well, he told me all about the first 2 books. His smile wasn't just on his face but in his eyes. I couldn't help but think to myself that maybe keeping that book was a good thing. He was so excited to tell me about it and I could tell he couldn't wait to read the next one. Suddenly he stopped. I looked at him confused. Sorry. About what? Rambling. I always forget not everyone is as excited about books as I am. Sometimes I get carried away when talking about them. I didn't think you were rambling. Really? Yeah, I was listening. Keep going. A bit of red flushed his cheeks. Okay, well, the third one is about. We ate as he told me about the third one and how the fourth and final one was supposed to tie everything up. So when do we start? It'll probably take me a couple days to finish the book I'm reading now. So we can start after I'm finished. Okay, so how do we read a book together when there's only one copy? We hang out and take turns reading out loud to each other. You sure you'll be okay with that? What do you mean? You seem pretty excited to read it. Are you sure you can put it down while I'm away? Good point. How about you hold on to it? That way I won't be tempted to read it on my own. Sure. Remind me to give it to you when we get back. Okay. Speaking of home, should we head back or is there something else you want to do? We could walk around some more. If you want. Sure. As we left the restaurant, I took us the long way back home. Can we go there sometime? I looked to where he was pointing. Do you mean the ice cream shop? Yes. Yeah, I'd like that. I looked forward, trying to calm myself. I doubt he was asking me out. So we know I like books. But what do you like? Honestly, I don't really have any special interests. Do you like music? Yes. What kind? I like a bit of everything, I guess. What about movies? We went on like that for a few blocks. Me asking him questions and him answering. You'd think it was an interview. Still, it felt nice to just walk and talk. After taking a couple turns, we had arrived back at our street. Thanks for the tour. You're welcome. Oh, here. I reached into my bag and handed him the book. Don't start without me. I won't. About time. I looked up to see Natsu standing on the front porch. I thought you went out with friends. I did. That was hours ago. Do you even know what time it is? Mom came out the door and placed a hand on Natsu's shoulder. I believe that's my line. I'm sorry. We were just walking around. I wasn't paying attention to the time. I can see that. You must be Kay. It's nice to finally meet you. We had reached the porch. I stepped aside as Mom reached out her hand. It's nice to meet you too. We didn't mean to make you worry. Shoyo was just showing me around. Well, you're home safe, so that's what matters. Mrs. Tsukishima stepped onto the porch. Still, we should have called or something. Right. We will next time. Thanks for showing Kay around, but we still have a few things to do at the house. Of course. I turned to Kay. I had fun. I'm glad you accidentally stole that book. I smiled at him. Me too. The fun or the stealing? He pretended to think about it. Both. See you later. Yeah. See ya. They walked toward their house. Did you really just flirt in front of Mom? We weren't flirting. Sure you weren't. Natsu turned and entered the house. I'm glad you had fun, but remember you have a phone for a reason. Yeah, I know. Sorry again. We went inside. I tried to control the smile on my face. So, library, food, and talking. That's it. Don't forget stealing. Want to tell me about that one? I didn't steal anything. It was a joke about not returning the library books on time. Turns out he was waiting on one of the ones I had. Aha. Do you really think I'd steal a book? Nope. Just messing. I shook my head at her. That's seriously all you're going to tell me? Yes. Boo, she pouted. I laughed and headed to the couch. So what else is there to do? Nothing. I just wanted to hear about your date. It wasn't a date. Really. You couldn't just let me have that one? Fine, fine. Call it a date if that makes you happy. It does. Thank you. She turned on the TV. Movie? Sure. Natsu followed me to my room. You're killing me here. Tell me something. Fine, I'll tell you. Can I change first? Natsu. Leave him be. Shoyo. Hurry and change. We need details. Mom called from downstairs. Natsu stuck her tongue out at me and headed down the stairs. I just shook my head. After I changed, I grabbed my phone to take it back downstairs with me. That's when it hit me. I don't have his number.